Hey Scholars, it's Brian. Hey, this is not really a Lane's Log. This is more of a bonus video, if you will. Let me explain and say at the beginning that this is optional. If you don't want to watch this, you don't have to. We were doing the survey for the middle part of this course to try and get feedback on what's working, what's not working. Some suggestions were change around the readings, change around the quizzes. We did all of that. Office hours we've implemented. All great suggestions. We really rely on your feedback to try and make improvements for the course. A couple of people said, hey, I really am enjoying the discussions. It gives me an opportunity to see what other people think about the same videos that I'm watching, about the same readings that I'm doing. I really enjoy the interactive nature of the discussions that we are having in these groups. But I'm putting all this work into this blog assignment, and I don't have any idea what other people are doing, and I'm kind of interested in that. Well, legit, seems like a good question or a good comment, because if this were a face-to-face class, we'd likely do those kind of blog things as a performance. You would be the audience. You would get to see what other folks are doing, how other people are reacting. But as it is, they're submitted online, and only myself and the graders are seeing the kind of work that you are doing. So I thought about this. I'm in sort of a bind because on the one hand, it's student work, so it's unethical for me to share that or to open it up to people to watch other than myself and the graders. On the other hand, it seemed like a legitimate concern. It seemed like people want to know what's going on. So I thought, hey, maybe at the end of the course, I can do a short video and discuss the things that I have seen in the blogs that's kind of new and interesting and my own takeaways from having watched the blogs over the course of the summer. So that's what this video is. And I'll be brief. I'll say that the blog assignment as a whole is a way for us to participate in this sort of fantasy experience of working on becoming culturally self-aware. That's one of the Department of Communication Studies goals. You could do it in a seminar paper, but we're trying to do it in a blog assignment. The blog breaks up these different steps for being a critical thinker in understanding social and political issues surrounding you, applying theories, principles, perspectives, and concepts, and formulating your own argument. All of these things we break up into a number of different scenarios. Wow, let me tell you, this summer I really enjoyed the blog assignments. You have done incredible, fantastic work. Now some of these have been written, some of them have been in video form. For us, the format doesn't matter as much. Some of the written ones have been fantastic, some of the video ones have been fantastic. In many of them, there are solo, the person is just surviving by themselves. Of course, they explain a cast of characters or whatever. In some of them, the videos themselves have employed other family members, significant others, to play a cast of characters in their show. They're doing all kinds of different things in whether it's written or a video form. A lot of times they imagine hypothetical situations. Some of these are instructions from a leader to the rest of their group inside of a bunker, if you will. There's all kinds of things. Some of them, they take unique situations and they build very, very different characters. One is not really a survival video at all. We've seen one set of work in which the video is that of a film critic, and every week they're commenting on these films and their importance for society. On another, our main character is on roller skates during the apocalypse. This is the hell on 8 wheels scenario, and we watch and follow them as they are going through their exploits. In one, we have the student taking the voice of a 4-year-old child and seeing a cultural apocalypse through their eyes, still applying the reading, still doing all of the different things that they're doing, but it puts a unique spin on things. In fact, one member of their survival group is the 4-year-old's imaginary friend. We've got all kinds of different things. As well, one of the things that I didn't really expect, we have a number of folks both doing videos and doing written that is using the scenario for the hypothetical apocalypse as a comic opportunity. Now, we're into the comedy zombie right now. I mean, it started in 1941 with King of the Zombies, but I hadn't really expected that to happen in these blogs. Typically the students imagine them as a real like horror scenario. The videos a lot of times are dark and people are wearing makeup. Not always, but sometimes they're in like various states of dishevelment. They're often surrounded with implements of destruction. But a few folks have really made it very lighthearted and instead made zomcoms, if you will, in these blog posts where they're lighthearted. And the thing about the comedy is they're sort of self-reflexive and there's a sort of wink and nod to the camera every time, all those things. So incredible, incredible stuff. Just some of the examples of the many, many examples. I couldn't go on and name all of them. I think there's been incredible, fantastic work going on this. Now, what are the takeaways? Well, the first thing is, I think you know a lot more about zombies than you think you do. This is an important cultural figure, and the fact that you've got such incredible breadth in these videos and these written accounts, it really demonstrates that it's an important figure in your life, affecting you in many, many multiple ways. The other thing I'll say, a big takeaway from this is the creativity. has been amazing this summer. I don't know, maybe it's not in spite of the pandemic, maybe it's because of the pandemic and the racial strife that is going on around the country and the incredible divisiveness politically, but it really has created a lot of situations in which students are doing things that I frankly was like, wow, I can't believe that's the choice that is going on in a good way. I'm really blown away, incredibly impressed by the creativity that is going on. I think it's indicative of the work that you do as students, given this particular format. A second thing I thought about these is the incredible character development. In many cases, the characters that you have developed in these blogs, be they written or video form, it really has kind of enabled you to do things that go outside of the box in the classroom. I mean, I'm asking for some difficult things in these to apply theory to fantasy situations and then apply fantasy situations to real life situations. And in many cases, you just react the way that the characters would react. And creating these detailed and intricate characters allows you to perform these really, really complex movements in terms of academic thinking. I mean, in terms of critical thinking, one of our goals for the entire university, I'm really impressed with the work that's going on in the blogs from this character development. It's phenomenal. It's really, really incredible. The third thing I think is, the goal of these assignments is to be culturally self-aware. And I would say that in most of the written and in the video form, the thing that impresses me is that there's always sort of a nod that I can tell you know what's going on here. I can tell there's sort of a behind the scenes realization of this figure and how it relates to our overall society, our overall culture. And that part I'm really, really impressed with. So I gotta say, this is just a short video to relay some of the things that are going on and give my overall impressions. The blogs have been fabulous this summer, really creative, really fantastic character development, and really great job on the reflexiveness of all of them. I'm quite impressed. You should be proud of your work. I think you have done a fantastic job in these. I just wanted to take a minute to share some of those things and express my appreciation for the hard work you're putting in on the blogs. Most of you had me for 2140, and I'll never ask you to do something that I haven't done. But also, I think it's important that you are able to see how important it is. And I do think you've done incredible scholarly work here. So keep it up as we finish things out, and we'll finish the course up strong. Great job, scholars. See you next time.